Hey friends, it is a new year, which means it is time for me to tackle this bad boy. I've been collecting these books for quite a while, and as you can tell, I, they don't all have the same spines. Do I care? No, I don't. Um, so I'm going to be doing an entire reading vlog on this entire series that is so far out right now. So come along, hang out with me, and see what I think. Alright, it's time to do like a check-in. So I'm about 50% of the way through Binding 13. I'm really liking it. I see what all the fuss is about. I feel really bad for Shannon. Let's put it that way. Her home life is shit, and her poor brother's trying to help too. And yeah, I mean, even with hearing all the stuff about this book, I still went into it completely blind. I just knew it was a good book and a good series. And I went into it completely blind, and just her home life, just, oh. And then you got Johnny, who's just, trying to be her protector and save her and all this other stuff. It's a lot. But also the simple fact that he went from not knowing her to touch her and you die. Just simple as that. So yeah. But in other words, it is 10:30. I'm at night. I'm still reading this, and I have zero light in this room. So I rigged my reading light. This is my book cart, by the way. It's a flippin' mess. But I rigged my reading light, my book light, to be my light for tonight. So I'm gonna keep reading. I'll check in with you guys later. As of right now, I'm really enjoying it. I see I see what all the fuss is about. Alright, so I just got to the part where her brother Joey tells her that he's not moving back home. And just shit. This poor girl. She can't catch a break. She's already been abandoned by one brother, and now the one brother that protects her is also leaving her. And she much rather her dad just kill her at this point, and it's terrible. Yeah, I feel so bad for her and her family. I love that Johnny is the toucher and you die kind of character, but at the same time, like, he's 18, what is he gonna do? Ooh, hella gross. But anyway, I'll keep you updated. Alright. This phrase right here is what is making me want to keep reading this. It says, I was the whore. I made him lose his temper. I was to blame for him putting his hands on me. And it was the reason he shoved Mam when she tried to drag him off me that night. I was the reason he slapped her around. It was all on me. Because I was such a slut. That's right. I was a 16-year-old girl who had never been kissed by a boy, but to my father, I was a tramp. It's like, what a piece of shit. Seriously. But her backstory is what's keeping me really wanting to read this, and I need to figure out what is going on, especially because Johnny's ready to go kick somebody's ass and he doesn't even know who he's trying to kill yet. But yeah, it's horrible, but it's written very well. But yeah, it's hard, and you really just want everything to go better for her, and it's just hard to read. But at the same time, unfortunately, this shit happens. So yeah, I'll keep you going. Right now things are looking up. I read a little past that, and now they finally admitted to their best friends they like each other, but they won't admit it to each other. So we'll see where we go from here. Okay, this Gibbsy dude's freaking hilarious. Jesus was resurrected. It was a resurrection performed by God, the Resurrectionator, similar to Shannon, the Resurrectionator of your bollocks. And the day outside the PE all snickering, he added in a deep voice, "She shall appear and he shall rise." Oh, Lord. Gibbsy's friggin' hilarious. I'm enjoying this character. "Johnny!" the woman inside the Range Rover called out. She was blonde and beautiful and looked more mildly horrified as she stared at us. "What are you doing to that poor girl?" What a way to meet the mom. Oh, Lord. Just when I thought they were gonna kiss or something was gonna end up happening, but his mom pulls up and that's what he's doing to her. Oh, Lord. At least there's some comedic relief in here. Just... I finished it. Yeah, I finished it. Holy crap. Like, there are no words. No words. I will admit, the first 100 pages of the book I was like, whatever. I was bored. But then I just started to enjoy the banter and everything else, and towards the end the banter got better and I was really enjoying it. And then that last chapter took me out. Yeah. Just, yeah. I'm gonna have to sleep on this one. As of right now, we're gonna say 4.5 stars, just because it did take me 100 pages to really kind of get into it. I kind of got tired of the backstory a little bit, but yeah, I can see where the hype's at. This was something. So naturally, because there's no way I'm going to bed without any answers, we're starting keeping 13 tonight, just because I gotta know. Yeah. I can't go on without knowing more. So I'm starting to see where all the hype is, and yeah, I'm seeing it. So I will keep you updated a little bit about keeping 13. All right. I friggin' love Gibbsy. I'm gonna need him to take my case when I go down for murder, and think he'll represent me too, Gibbsy asked. Shrugging, he added, "When you're embarking on hell, it's always good to have a buddy." Like, damn right it is, Gibbsy. Yeah, I friggin' love him. He's like the best person. Oh, just love it. Yes, I'm still reading Keeping 13. Got to the point where, are there any more Lynch children in my house, Jonathan? No, I muttered, not meeting her eye. I only took 2. It's funny. Okay, so I'm still reading Keeping 13, and I finally got to the point. Okay, I'm on page 366. I got to the point where Johnny and Shannon walk in on Johnny's parents having sex. And Johnny goes, "Oh, Jesus, what the fuck are you letting him do to you?" And then his mom turns over and goes, "Hello, Shannon, love." They're both just doing it in the kitchen. Oh, God. Whew. Nothing making it worse than walking in on your parents having sex, but then you walk on your parents having sex with your girlfriend. Just, oh, that was great. That totally made my night. Okay, so I'm standing outside, taking the dog out, and we got like a foot of snow, and it's like 9 degrees outside. But I figured I'd update you since my kids are obviously stuck at home. We had another snow day. Alright, so I'm like 80-something% of the way through Keeping 13. And, yeah, if you've read it, you understand where I'm at. And Feely starts singing, and I started bawling like a baby. I didn't stop crying until Gibbsy opened his mouth. Which I love that character is used to break the tension in a lot of situations, and I needed Gibbsy to talk in that moment, but I bawled like a baby a couple times up to this point. I now fully, completely, 100% understand the complete backing behind the Boys of Tommen series. There's no doubt in my mind that I will be reading the rest of them. But yeah, the first book was a little slow, and I understand it. The second book has been just fast paced from the get-go, and yeah, just, oh God, it gives you all the feels, but there are no words. There are absolutely no words about what's going on. And I've even been texting one of my friends about it, and she's just like, yeah, I get it. She's like, there are no words to describe. Just, you feel all the emotions, and there is nothing to help describe what you're feeling. It's just a lot, but I'll update you when I finish. All right, so I finished Keeping 13. There's a lot to say about this book. Holy crap. Just the entire thing, and I'm going to give some spoilers away, so if you haven't read this and you're wanting to read it, look away now. I will try and put a timestamp somewhere and let you know when I'm done talking about the spoilers. But holy crap, am I happy that her dad is gone? Am I happy that he's kicked the bucket? Yeah, I absolutely am. Am I sad that her mom went with him? Kind of. Excuse me, rudeness. Skuckle it down. I'm not necessarily sad that her mom passed. And here's why. I understand her mom was a victim. I understand all that. I truly do. But her mom could have done a heck of a lot more. Her mom had her own substance abuse issues and all this other stuff. And she could have done a lot more. The whole funeral scene was just, man, that really, really, really got to me. Gibbsy is turning out to be absolutely one of my favorite characters. I absolutely love Johnny and Shannon. I love Johnny. He's great. A little too protective and possessive. Yeah. But he's the fighter that Shannon truly needed in this entire thing. Am I happy that the little kids finally got a safe place to be? Absolutely. I love that Tig and Ollie and Sean now have a loving, adoring family, and I love that it was the Kavanaughs that did it. I love that, and I love being able to watch that entire relationship and that entire thing be built. So that was really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing my nails while we're talking. But yeah, I absolutely freaking love that book. I might do this. The friendships and everything else that came along with it were just great. Did I feel like the ending was dragged out slightly? Yes. It was a little too long for like the climax of the story where it happened, and then it just kept going. I do love that at the very end, Johnny decided to hold back on his contract and continue to go to school and spend another year being a teenager and all this other stuff. And like, I'm happy for them in that aspect. It was obviously a 5-star read for me, without a doubt, absolutely a 5-star read. There was absolutely no way that I was not going to be able to jump into the next book. Keeping 13, good grief. Keeping 13 is what has sold me on the entire Boys of Tommen series. Could I see how it would have ended at that book? Absolutely. But I am so happy that there are more books. And when I got done with it, I immediately had to jump into Saving Six. I know Joey's story is absolutely going to wreck me. I've had family that's had substance abuse issues and stuff like that. I've had family that have passed from substance abuse issues. So it is kind of hard. And I really thought I was going to have some kind of like happy, funny, bubbly book after Keeping 13. But I do appreciate the characters that are in the book. I appreciate Gibbsy. I appreciate all the, even Gibbsy and Lizzie's arguing and all that other stuff. But I enjoy the banter of all the friends. It really helped kind of break up the super just sad and heart-wrenching parts of the book. But it completely also sold me that I need to just jump straight into the next one because I need to know more story. I'm like 25% of the way into Saving Six, and I'm really enjoying it. It's actually to the point where I had to look up on Google how to pronounce her name. It's Efi, if you're wondering, because I kept calling her Alf. And then when I looked at the pronunciation on the front of the book, it just says Eeef, which to me is Eve. But when you look it up and do Google Translate on it, it's actually Efi. So that made my life a little bit easier. So I'm really enjoying her and getting to see a lot more of her. She's a spunky little thing. And she is definitely the personality that Joey needs in his life. That is definitely for sure. So yeah, I'm fully enjoying it so far, but I'll keep you updated when I got more. All right, talk to you soon. Okay, so I'm reading Redeeming Sex, and I haven't really updated very much on reading this because, well, I just jumped right in, and it's been absolute psycho crazy in my house because everybody's been home. But I just got to the part where Joey is having the talk with Shannon, and she's asking all these questions, and he's just so unbelievably uncomfortable. It's funny. I'm enjoying reading it. Okay. So if you've read Redeeming Six or Keeping 13, you know exactly where I'm at. But Joey looks at Effie and says, Effie says, both of us are fine. And Joey says, I needed to stay that way. It's important to me. Oh my God, my heart. Heart. I can't handle it. Oh, this is now down to just, this is all the stuff that Keeping 13 talked about. And it's all coming back to this point, and it's, emotional roller coaster from this period on. I will probably be crying a lot here in a little bit, but I'm still really liking this one. I hated Darren in Keeping 13. I fucking hate him even more right now. What he just had the nerve to say to Effie, just gross. Let's not be overly dramatic here and start labeling a fetus. Excuse me? And then he's trying to say that he will pay to have her go to England to get rid of it. And then she says, well, you can't pay me off or bribe me because I'm not going away. He said, then you're the one going to ruin his life. She said, at least he'll be ruined with love and not pain. Darren hasn't been around for 6 years, and he thinks he can just waltz in here and just start telling everybody what to do, including Effie. Like, no, absolutely not. And he also needs to realize that Joey's problems and his addictions are strictly because of his life. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's because it's the only thing that's numbed the pain of living with his father from the beatings he's taken. Just, Darren's such a dick. I can't stand him. Over it. Way to go, Lizzie. Let me turn down my sounds. Lizzie just freaking saved Joey's life. Like, I really did not like her in Keeping 13. I thought she was just the biggest bitch in the world, but holy crap, she has... I need to know more of her story, about her sister and stuff. It was briefly mentioned in Keeping 13, and then a little bit more in Redeeming Six, but I really, really, really need to know a lot more about Lizzie, because just, holy crap. Anyway, but the simple fact that she saved him from the same thing her sister did, just, oh, it got me. I thought I was gonna cry, but, man. It's just as hard to read it the second time as it is the first. Nobody should have to watch their parents. This is what got me the first time. No one should have to watch their parent be taken out in a body bag. I personally watched that. And it doesn't matter how good of a relationship you have with your parent or not. Watching them being taken away from you in a body bag is a terrible thing. And I just feel for Joey because he had to watch the whole thing and it's just terrible. Sorry, I'm trying not to be all depressing and sappy, but it's just the truth. And it's hard to read it from Joey's perspective because he's watched the entire thing. And like Shannon, you just got a bit of information. But with Joey, you're seeing it firsthand. And I know that feeling. and it's crippling, and it's terrible. It's something you don't want to go through. So I'll be back in a little bit. I love that we haven't had very much Nanny Murphy dialogue, and we do right now. And she says, I'll show you something not good for you if you don't shut up. Damn, Nanny Murphy, get it. She ain't playing around now. Don't you butt nanny me. Oh my God, we needed her a lot more in this entire thing. Oh, her dialogue's great. I love it. She that was the Gibbsy moment for me in this book, because Gibbsy's been in it somewhat, but that nanny part really helped with the just full on emotional aspect of everything that just happened. But dang, Nanny Murphy, I like you. I can get behind you. Not me over here actually saying, oh my God, Paul the Prick is actually nice. The fact that he actually sent a tip to the drug police or whatever, in order to get Shane Holland in trouble, like, dang. I love the fact that, just the fact that he said, maybe before they moved on, someone wanted to make sure his first love had a fighting chance with her first love. Like, seriously, how could you hate him at this point? That was actually really sweet of him, and I hats off to him. Just, yeah. Okay, so this is going to be the wrap-up of my Boys of Tommen series, because... So I finished Redeeming 6, and just, holy cow, 5 stars, infinity stars. There's not enough words. Absolutely loved that book. It hit home in a lot of places. There was a lot of things I could relate to in that book, like with the whole drug use and all that kind of stuff. And so I understood a lot of what Effie or Effa or Aoife was going through with dealing with that, and that was just something. And then so I jumped straight into Taming 7. Taming 7's a lot shorter compared to all the other books, and I didn't do really any video of me reading Taming 7 just because I read it pretty quick. I like Taming 7, don't get me wrong. I loved Gibbsy's story. At the same time, I wasn't ready to see Gibbsy's side of the story because he is the funny, lovable character, and I didn't want to see anything bad happen to him. But of course, that naturally happened. So, Gibbsy's story was heartbreaking, but it also kind of felt choppy compared to the other ones, because everything was crammed into one book, and the other ones were spread apart between 2 books, and there was a lot more to it. This one jumped straight into where Redeeming 6 ended, and then went on to his story, and I felt like there was some information that we could have added a little bit more to it. I'm glad that him and Claire Bear are together. I'm not gonna lie, I really am. But yeah, his story I wasn't quite ready for, but it also felt slightly choppy. And I don't know if it was just me or what, but there were a lot of grammatical errors and a lot of errors in general that should have been picked up through editing and all that other stuff that started to get on my nerves. And then I found a lot of those in the book, by the way. And then Claire saying, oh, crackers, every 5 minutes. That was really annoying. I got tired of hearing the same phrase over and over and over again. Like, pick something else, babe. But anyway, I gave that one 4 stars because I really liked it. It was Gibbsy. I mean, what is there not to love about Gibbsy? But yeah, I'm really excited for the next books to come out, so I can't wait until those come out. But this will officially be the end of my Boys of Tommen reading, or my reading vlog for Boys of Tommen. I read all 5 books in the matter of like 2.5 weeks, which I think is pretty impressive, considering that my Storycraft said it was like 3,700 pages or something like that. So that's a lot of pages to read in a short amount of time. Overall, 5-star series. It's a ride or die series for me. It will live forever rent free in my head. So yeah, if you haven't read it yet, please do. The first book does take a little while to get into, but once you get going, oh, it hits. It's so nice. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to do my final update of the entire series, and hopefully you enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.